Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being with us on this Friday. It is fall feelings here in Minnesota. Yeah, the temperatures dropped. We knew that was going to happen fast, so it really feels like fall today. Little rain, and it was like, yeah, coming into work was very different 2 days ago. But thanks for being here, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure to comment throughout the show and start by introducing yourself and where you're tuning in from. We always love to hear what the weather is in everybody's part of the world, so check that out. Make sure you comment throughout the show because we have a giveaway every show. You have a chance to win a $25 gift card just by adding your comments, asking questions, and interacting. So keep it up. Of course, it is Friday. Behind the scenes is Mr. HP running the show. Hi, Mr. HP. And
how you doing?
He is sporting a fresh new number. Fresh new number. His birthday was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday. Did you have a happy birthday?
I had a great birthday. Hung out with my daughter, my son.
It was great.
Gal, and
yeah, we really just chilled. So, of course, we said we would celebrate. So I actually changed today's recipe because I made a cocktail on a whim yesterday for his birthday, and it has turned out so good. So I felt like I need to share that with you. So this was, we were gonna go to a Mexican restaurant last night to celebrate his birthday. We got home, we sat on the deck, put our feet up. It was so nice that the birthday boy just decided, can we just stay here?
Exactly.
And make some hot dogs on the grill. And I'm like, hey, totally works. So I just made margaritas instead. And this time, I'm calling it a citrus gingerita. Citrus gingerita. So it has this regular tequila, but then I put in their ginger liqueur, and the one I got is a ginger lemon liqueur. But then I just put a lot of lime juice, a little bit of agave, and then top it off with not just sparkling water, but a little bit of ginger beer to add a little more ginger flavor. So cheers. It's yummy, isn't it? Cheers. And you can put salt on the rim if you want to. We don't like salt on the rim. I love the ginger flavor. So I didn't think to bring the bottle of the actual ginger liqueur that I used, but I have another one here that is the company. So this is the company. It's called Five, and they make liqueurs. They're local to Minnesota. And handmade, small batch. They're very, very good. So this is the cranberry orange, but the one I used was a lemon ginger. And it's so good. So I just wanted, if you were interested in knowing exactly what I used, but you can just use regular ginger liqueur, or if you don't have that, maybe limoncello, like a lemon liqueur, and then just add a little more ginger beer for that ginger flavor, and you'll kind of be able to balance it out. But it was tasty, so happy Friday. Now, every Friday we do a word of the day. Mr. HP gets a word of the day, and I think because of your birthday, you get a whole phrase today.
yeah.
A whole phrase.
Whole phrase today is we're cooking with gas.
Cooking with gas.
It's like we're ready to go. We're on a roll now.
So when I first heard you say that to me, I had no idea what you were talking about. It's like, wait, what? Now he said I was doing something and it was like turning out great. I was like, now you're cooking with gas, and I'm like, what does that mean? I always cook with gas.
Really rolling.
So yeah, so it's really going good, and it's finally when something hasn't been working and then is working.
Snack of the day too is nice cashews.
Oh, we got snack of the day.
Oh, I got something else.
Oh, more things of the day.
Shoe of the day.
Oh, oh boy, shoe of the day.
It's a great walking shoe, running shoe.
How do you pronounce that name? Hoka?
Hoka? Hoka. When you put these shoes
they look like special shoes.
When you put these shoes on, you start cooking with gas.
Now you're cooking with gas. Okay. There it is. So something to add to your vocabulary this weekend. If somebody's really doing it, he's cooking with gas. They're cooking with gas.
It's only you that don't know that. It's an old phrase.
It's an old phrase?
It's been around for umpteen years.
Not in Iceland. It did not translate. Did not translate. All right, let's talk about our quilts that we have on the set. We have beautiful quilts. I chose actually 2 made from a bundle we have or had. I don't know if we have 1 left or something. It was very low. It's called Decorum, but I wanted to have it here because I'm showing you another bundle, brand new bundle today that has a very, very similar color story. So you know you can always, if you want the same look and feel of a quilt, just pick different fabrics, other fabrics if you can't get what you absolutely want, and just the same color story, and the quilt will have that same feel. So we have Rosie on the wall. Rosie's on the wall. Roxanne is in the middle. They look kind of similar next to each other, especially because they're made from the same fabrics. Rosie's in the new book. Roxanne is a single pattern. And then on the cabinet, we have an awesome Inca that we just made and we'll be showing more of next week during Tipsy Tuesday, our Christmas show. This one is made from Holly Berry Tree Farm. So a Moda bundle, red, black, green, and red, black, and green. Really cool. I love the plaid diagonal that I cut on the bias for the binding. And so, love, love, love this version. And I use just off-white for the accent, so it really stands out. There's some more great photos of those quilts a little closer up. That's Roxanne. That's a single pattern using 10-inch squares. And there's Rosie from the new book, of course. Oh, I just made some Rosie blocks. I made a little table runner. I'll show you on Tuesday. Looking awesome. And then there's the Inca and little buddy. I think this is Apple. This is Andrea's dog. I don't remember which one is which. So really cool quilting on that one. And we'll give you all the quilting patterns on the Christmas show. But love how this one turned out. Super nice. All right. So somebody's trying to guess how old you are. 39 or 40?
Take a look.
Oh boy, you're trying to make them guess?
Yes.
No, they know how old you are. You give it away with your phrases, your old school phrases. All right, so thank you all who shopped at the tent sale. Our cyber tent sale wrapped up early this morning. And if you came to our physical tent sale, thank you all so much. We are ready to kind of put the tent sale stuff away for a while and move on into some great new things. So thanks again if you caught that. Now some of the things we had specifically for the tent sale will be staying in our sale section. So check that out if you missed out on it. But I also talked about, so this last Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday show was all about flannel. So we have some wonderful flannels in the store. And I love flannel. This time of year, as soon as the temperatures start to drop, that's when I want to work with my flannels. And how many did I tell you that I have in the works now? How many flannel quilts? At least three. So one thing I did just mention briefly, a lot of you were asking what specific patterns do you recommend for flannels? And I was kind of throwing out some names. We have some individual patterns that are great, perfect to use for quick flannel quilts because they're bigger pieces and they are just straight lines, no diagonal cutting. And I did also mention that you want to pick a pattern that you can either is forgiving on the seam allowance a little bit, like those straight line quilts, or if it's a pattern where you square it up and you square up the blocks in the end. So you piece them and then you square them up. And so I had mentioned a few. So let me just list the few that I absolutely recommend from our single patterns list of things. So we talked about supersized Nina. And of course, there is a flannel quilt on the cover of that one of my favorites. They're super quick, both this one and then also Steamy Windows, supersized. because they are big pieces that go together fast using fat quarters. And so is Teen Spirit as well. Again, big blocks, big pieces, and so easy to maneuver. But here are a few more. We have June, also great big pieces and easy to do with flannel. Gina is another one. Gina is one that I have not sewn up for a while. I think it's time we make a great Gina. So Gina uses fat quarters, or it's a mixture pattern with a background. Of course, we have Elvira. It's great, even though it has a diagonal cut. The pieces are so big that it's going to be very forgiving on that anyway. So I recommend that one. We have that was Elvira. So Hope. I am making a Hope quilt out of flannels. It's working perfectly because you have a lot of wiggle room. You square up your blocks in the end, and kind of at the same time. Clarissa, if you want even a simpler look, Clarissa's a great one to use for flannels. And so is Ava, another one I haven't made for a while. It's time to make another Ava. Yes, Ava uses a background, but then also 10-inch squares and 2.5-inch strips, or it's a mixture pattern, so you can always use fat quarters, half yards, cut into fat quarters. So that's kind of a list of all the patterns that I would recommend that we have as a single pattern. Of course, there's more that would work, like Akira would definitely work. And all the things I talked about during the show, I answered questions on a lot of things. We talked about quality of the flannel. We talked about pre-wash or not pre-wash. You know, it's a debatable thing. But I gave you some really good tips on when I absolutely pre-wash. Because normally I don't. Starch or not, if you want to starch, some tips on how to do that. Pressing when working with flannels. I talked about cutting the flannel. Yes, some tips on that. And the tools that you want to have. Sewing needles, stitch length, seam allowance. Some tips on to prevent the fabric from sliding, because we're working with thicker units when you're laying them all together. And then talked a little bit about the binding and the quilting. So I hope I answered a lot of your questions. If you missed that show, head on over to our YouTube channel and check it out. We have a great new addition to all of our videos, all of our shows, is we've added chapters. So if you want to go back to a Tipsy Tuesday show and just kind of watch that part, like this one, we have chapters, so you can kind of just flip to the part that you really want to rewatch. So it's great. But I have a lot of other patterns that are included in books that also work great for flannels. And I just came across this one, kind of, you know, how you're scrolling through your computer and something pops in your head. And this one is from my Stripology Squared book. It's called Locust. And it is made with 10-inch squares, but it's a great, great pattern to use for flannels. So I wanted to just show you a quick little technique video how this is made. But it's an awesome quilt to make for quick donation quilts or just a quick, cool quilt. And flannels would work perfectly. So check out this really quick video. So that's Locust. Isn't that fun and easy? Yes, super easy because you don't have to always have like really light. You can just take two fabrics that contrast each other and make a block turn out great. So check out that one. It's in my Stripology Squared book. Some other quilts from that book that would be great for flannels would be, for example, Algorithm. I'm actually working on an algorithm, not from flannels, but I'm going to make it out of some Christmas fabric. So hopefully I get some progress on it over the weekend. And another one that would be great, and I've seen it done with flannels, is fractions. Even though it's biased pieces, you kind of work with them really in a small way, and everything gets squared up in the end. So it's a fairly easy one to do with flannels as well. So check that out if you need some more flannel inspiration. But if you have any questions on from last week's or this week's show, from the Tipsy Show, go ahead and ask in the comments, and I'll try and see if do you see any questions come up? Easy peasy. All right, great. Yes, they're talking about so many favorites in that book. There are great favorites in that book. Prisms is in that book. Algorithm, Matrix is in that book. I've taught a lot of quilts. Fractions, I love that one. Velocity, yeah. A lot of great favorites. I'm also working on another part of me at home. It's turning out great. All right, so let's check out some fabrics. So I had mentioned, I'm going to start with Rosie and Roxanne were made from Decorum. So I don't know if we're all the way out or we have like one or two left. It was almost all the way out. But I'm showing you another line of fabric today that is very similar. And you could totally replicate that colorway. But I'm going to start with, we got a couple of charm packs, or a charm pack and layer cake combination in that was very late because we got the yardage for this a while ago, but this is late October by Sweetwater, and I love getting these in the charm packs or the layer cakes because it's a very kind of toned down colorway of just grays, blacks, and oranges, and then these beautiful off-whites. So it's an easy way to put together a quilt, and I was kind of excited when I saw this on the counter in the receiving that I actually snatched myself a charm pack, took it home, and I think I made this in an hour or two. So this is little Stella, and I used all but 2 squares out of the charm pack. So I just tried to pair up similar ones, and so I made it just one row of blocks shorter, this runner. So in the pattern you have 6 rows, but I just made 5 because that's what I had. And I really love how it turned out. Just a fun colorway, scrappy, beautiful, and really quick. The little Stella is really quick because you square up each one if you have the mini ruler. And I have to tell you, I did something that I don't normally recommend when you're squaring up blocks. I stacked a few at the same time and squared them up at the same time because there's no chance of losing any points. They're just going to be squares, and you're not fitting it with anything else, so you can kind of take that shortcut on this quilt. God, I love that. I love my little shortcuts, making things easy. You know me. So that's in the store, and of course the late October in the layer cake, that would be great as the original Stella. Stella would be great. That's in the first mixology book. All right, so we also got some beautiful 1 yards that we only have in 1 yards. This line is called Pixel, and so it has some great plaids, great stripes, kind of ombre feel. So I really didn't feel like they would work well in a bundle, but I love them as individual 1 yards. So let me show you these. They're very, very colorful, some of them. So this is the plaid. Isn't that cool? So it's kind of a patchwork, but has a plaid feel, and it is, but even though it's not really a plaid, so it's kind of like a pieced patchwork that works just like a plaid. And we have that in the colorful and then in the black. So same print in the black. So then we have this stripe that is kind of has this ombre feel too, going from the gold to the lavender, purples into the pink. And so this is wonderful. So you could cut it this way and get a really cool effect of different colors, or you could cut it on the diagonal and get it all kind of mixed up You can cut it this way and you get a strip of just the color. So it's just one of those that is super versatile to play with, a fun piece of fabric to have in your stash. Of course, I love to just cut squares if I'm doing a layer cake pattern or something like that and just get such a variety in the prints. So this is the stripe. We have it also in the black, so monochromatic. Same effect, same style going from the lightest grays into the darker ones. So it creates a really cool effect. There's 3 basics with it. It's called Pixel Tech. So we have the magenta, the pure red, and then the white. So I'll show you this one. So this has a lot of gray kind of cloudiness to it, and then black specks. So just different size little squares, the pixels, and so it's a great background, great basics to use as tone-on-tones to mix into other things. Cool things to add to bindings, little borders, and things like that. So some of our new 1-yards. So now let's check out this brand new bundle called Marlais, and this is from Ombre Fabrics. Very classic navy and caramel brown. So check this out, the colors, really the colors of the quilts behind me. So if you wanted to imagine how your quilt will look in this fabric, that's really what it is. So we start with this floral, this off-white on the navy, but what I love in the print, we have all the different shades of blue, the lighter blues in there with it. So then we go into a tone-on-tone, a deeper blue pattern, another smaller scale tone-on-tone in that deep navy and lighter blue fabric or pattern on top. And then we have the off-white branches and flowers on a kind of a fun movement in the background. This one kind of acts like a little diagonal effect, so it has that off-white on the navy background. And this one is small print, so it is the light print on the navy. So as you can see, it reads almost a lighter color. Yeah, something's happening. I'm wondering if we should turn this light off because it's really yellow over here. Camera is just flipping out. All right, so here we go into the more brown tones. So this is more of a caramel brown. This looks really yellow on the camera. My hands look yellow. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, camera's going wacko. I don't know here.
And then we have the same one with the flowers and branches. And this is let me see if this works. Sometimes this works just to bring it up. Does this work? No, it's still reading really yellow. We have...
Well, berserk.
We apologize. So check out our fabric on the blog. We do the fabric pulls, and then you'll see better color. This is something that's happening just as we speak, live television, you guys. So the same print as before here with the light on the caramel brown. And then we have a stripe, beautiful stripe. And yeah, so much less yellow than what you're seeing, you guys. And then we have a tone, also that same print, reversed the brown on the white background. Here. All right.
Yikes.
Can I just try something and see if it works? Just, it's a little bit better. Is it? No, it's not. It's not. I moved the camera?
Yeah, you jacked up everything.
I moved the camera.
It's just one of those days today.
It's one of those days. So maybe you come over here and fix my camera.
Maybe the gas. We lost gas today.
We're not cooking with gas anymore, obviously. I'm just going to leave this here, and then we will see if we can. Should we just try and reboot it? You think that would work? Because we can So it's our overhead camera. It's something is happening to it. It decided it did not want to show us the real colors today. Huh? Oh, it's a commercial break. Watch we advertise. I'm just going to have a drink because that's what you do.
Hey, everybody.
So, sorry guys, technical difficulties that are just going to get adjusted or try to fix it
Worry about
during live. Yes.
whatever you need to do. Yeah.
And as you can see, we don't have a team of technical people around. The producer has to come all the way over and fix things. Not doing it? Well, we'll see.
It's one of those days, people.
It's one of those days. We'll see if this, if another fabric will show off really weird too. Otherwise, we'll just have to show you, fix this problem and show you again on Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, so check the overhead. Let me do the fabric pull with it first.
It looks yucky.
It looks really, yeah, it looks really yellow, doesn't it?
No, not worth showing them.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. Well, should I show them up here?
Yeah, show them up there.
Yeah, so we have, I just picked really great navies ranging from a really dark navy. So this is grunge true blue. And then we have a Jack Sapphire, which brings in more of the blue. So it's the light blue on the navy background, which reads really similar to a lot of these. Also, the floral elements in the Nocturnal has the lighter blue with the dark. So I love that print. Mixes perfectly. I decided to do also our range in the caramel browns. So we started with the thatched cocoa. Thatched cocoa, a nice, kind of the darkest hue of them. And then we did To the Sea in the sand color, so just kind of a suede-y texture, a little bit lighter. And then the lightest one would be the bumbleberries and the fawn. So they're really nice, and you'll see how different this looks if we give them a sneak peek on the overhead. It looks totally, it's awful. And then I chose just two light ones that would work great and mix great as a background. So you don't want to go too white with this because you will lose that warm feel of the color. So I did Slow Stroll in the Twilight, which is almost like a linen color, like an off-white taupe with white on it. And then also the other one, the Grunge Cider and the Roasted Marshmallow, has just this kind of grungy texture in those browns. So I love this one. And if you wanted to throw in a little more of the lighter blues like we have in the Decorum line, so they don't have much of that here, I would definitely throw in something like this, the speckled and the denim, and maybe a few more of those lighter blues to get the same mix. All right, so are we going to be done with fabric showings? It's all whack. Wah, wah, wah. Well, that just means you get to see more fabric on Tuesday or Friday next week. But I just want to show you, this is the actual color of the browns. Look how beautiful. It's not that yellow like you saw on the overhead. This is the actual color of the browns and the actual colors of the blues. Yes, people. So we apologize again for this camera going haywire, but we will work on fixing that. And unfortunately, I have to end our show a little bit early. I have two more to show you. I'll just show you a little sneak peek, but we'll go through them. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This one is called Rosette. It's a Robert Kaufman line with a little bit of, just a tidbit of metallic gold, beautiful rose, pinks, and then grays and taupes with just the specks of gold. Love it. So we will show you that. I will show you that a little bit later on, but that is something we can't never know what happens.
Technology sometimes.
Technology. So I think it's just time to pick our live winner. I hope you've been good commenting. throughout the show.
We got one.
We got a winner. Good.
Drum roll, please.
Let's see. Jane Meyer. Congratulations, Jane. All you got to do is to claim your gift card is send an email to help@GQuiltDesigns, and we'll get you your $25 gift card right away so you can go shopping. And we will be back. We'll be back with a fixed camera. So we have our big show this coming Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday, September 27th at 4 p.m. And that's going to be our Christmas show. Christmas show. Don't we have a fun Christmas show? Save the date. There it is. Christmas show live, 4 p.m., September 27th. Don't miss it. We have so many great quilts to show you. Inspirations galore, so you can get started on your holiday sewing planning at least. And then we will be live this coming Friday. Why does it say Happy Thursday down there?
Who did that?
That's going to be a Friday, September 30th. Friday, September 30th, we will be live here, hopefully with a great working
You know why
camera.
it said Happy Thursday?
Why?
Because it was my birthday.
It was your birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Now you're going to sing the song. Oh.
Happy birthday.
You just can't hear
Happy
it.
birthday.
I don't
Happy birthday.
All right.
Ooh.
Well, thank you all. Again, apologies for technical glitches, but we will get on and fix them, and we'll see you back next week, Tipsy Tuesday, 4 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Cheers. Have a great weekend.
See ya.